is Guardian Radio, your station for up-to-the-minute news and intelligent, interactive, and engaging conversations. 96.9 FM. The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the views of the management and staff of Guardian Radio.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Fire keep burning, can't cool. Yo, and the more them try to kill women, and the more we live longer. More them try to live women, and the more we get stronger.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, City of Hope, Fine Threads, the Free National Movement, John's Department Store, Kelly's Home Center, KFC, Muffler World, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Prince Masters, Royal Caribbean Cruises Limited,
and I know they you them see them say one, but they fire Colanje, one peach, and the ice say it go reach, and I know they you them see it, we can't free for them, so we must free for speak, and the ice say it go reach, and I know they you them see them say one, but the fire Colanje one teach, and the heights where it go reach, and I know the youth them see it, we can't free for them. Yo, righteousness listen up at them come reject. Be a corruption, yes, he said them are accept, but them earwaves and them internet. And what them televise, then a totally mess. Be a to them right, telling and them concept. Be a propaganda, them spreading at the press. Imagine what them promote a be a homosex, biosex, oral sex. Then they sex spiritual. Man, I don't transvest, I want wear woman dress. Man, I'll pray up and them not stop grow breast. Man, I don't transsexual and I change them sex. That's why the youth are rush rental government. That mean a baby, them a go on next. That's why the prophet of the born filthiness. What next? And the more them try to kill me, and the more we live longer. More them try to eat me, and the more we get stronger.
You got it locked and loaded to the Tuesday, November 11th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with Mary Jane and your company right up until 6 p.m. on this Tuesday edition. And we're going to open up the phone lines because we got lots to talk about. MJ, you looking good? What's going on?
I'm good.
I have to tell you, I feel a little peppy right now.
Because of the cold weather?
How you mean? Love it. Love it. You didn't see I walked to the closet and out came some hoodies and out came some bombers.
I did notice that. Just don't pull out the boots and the scarf yet, please.
No.
You know how Bahamians, we like to run right out with
I have never gone that far.
A little temperature drop. We pulling out all our winter.
I will break out the hoodie.
Clothes.
I might break out a jacket. That's it. But you ain't got to worry about me throwing on the Eddie Bauer bubble goose. Mm-hmm. None of them. You ain't got to worry about none of that.
The balaclava.
We'll save that for when it's cold and me foreign.
Okay.
No, for real, because, that's what warrants that kind of cold.
But I love it. Love the weather.
But for those of you who got like that hoodie you all been waiting to wear or whatever, man, rock it, man. Wear it. But if the weather changed back and you start to find yourself perspiring and sweating, wake it out. We ain't need no frows the rest of the day. You know what I mean? Let's go to the
Wicked.
Let's go to the phone lines.
Wicked.
Talking Heads.
Great show, Naughty. And MJ, how you doing?
Good afternoon.
What's happening, man? What's going on?
Boy, this weather is procreation season for Bahamians.
Okay.
There you go.
Naughty, bring back me a godchild.
I got 2 you can have right now.
Exactly. I was going to say.
18 and 14, you can have them, man. I mean, you could be their Gordy right now.
Make me proud.
Oh, man.
So what you got for us today, man?
Right on, man. Boy, you see everything was going on with PMH? What you think was going on with PMH, man? Why do you think they trying to wrinkle up and do a woman like that?
I think, first and foremost, Quad, I think we have something fundamentally wrong in our country. One part of administration encourages whistleblowing and the whistleblowers and the Whistleblower Act, and then from the same administration, you have Mr. Mitchell, condemning it. We're the only country in the world that puts whistleblowers. Everywhere else protects whistleblowers.
Persecute is a strong word. You mean don't offer the protection?
Don't offer the protection. You whistleblow and you're sent home from your job. That's persecution to me. You whistleblow and you get bullied and you get drunk and made an example of. That's persecution to me. I mean, other people may look at it differently. Yeah. I look at it as that being persecution. And at the same time, we got to look at it for what it is. we have to get to the core situation. We have to fix those problems in PMH from time immemorial. I heard you on another show earlier talking, and it's true. People used to go to PMH, cover their mouth, and kick the door open because they ain't want to touch nothing, catch no scabies or nothing like that. Correct.
I was there last week, right? I walk in the door, right? The first thing I do is I wait till someone open the door, then I hear him dash in, right?
This is
then I
crazy.
put 3 masks on, right?
I don't want to
Then
laugh.
the thing for the elevator, right? I like wait till someone touch the button because I ain't touching that
Boy.
to go up, right?
Oh, man.
But we got to look
Then
at
after
it. I
that,
mean,
right? Then I had to use the bathroom, Naughty. You know that, honestly, true story.
but if I was in
No,
PMH
that
and I had to use the bathroom, I was like
I would
Lazarus.
use
I
the
said, get
bathroom.
off my sick bed, go home, go to the bathroom, and come back.
Naughty.
'Cause I'd have time to do it 'cause they ain't gonna serve me.
Coral Albert use the bathroom.
You went where?
Coral Albert use the bathroom.
Man, stop.
My belly break down. I had to end up on Farrington Road.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to laugh, but my goodness.
All right.
I wasn't using the
Oh,
bathroom.
boy, oh, boy.
And we're
So
off-
we got problems.
And we're off to a great start talking about belly breaking down on the show. Appreciate you, brother.
Swear. Have a good one. Enjoy
Be
the
safe.
cold weather.
All right, let's get to the other calls. Talking heads. Talking heads. All right, Quali, you get to this
So
back.
this is amazing. Since we're talking about the situation with the Princess Margaret Hospital, according to this article in today's Tribune, Dr. Aubinet, I hope I'm saying her name correctly, Roll, who's the Public Hospitals Authority Managing Director, says that the country, we are facing a shortage of about 500 registered nurses. Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, it's believable, but it's, just unthinkable. And apparently, there have been instances where more than 10 nurses had quit during a single month, causing what she calls significant impact. This is a lot. We have obviously
Wow.
a really, really big problem happening in our public healthcare system. 500 nurse shortage. 500 nurse shortage.
So we can't train 500 Bahamian nurses. No wonder we keep bringing in foreign
But that's
nurses.
what we're existing with now. It's not that we can't train them, but it's obviously a problem
Well,
with
let me rephrase
retaining.
that. Retaining them. Can we pay them and make it, make the salary commensurate to worthwhile staying?
Well, according to this article, it's not just about the money. Some of it is the morale. Some of it is the environment. So many other things. Upward mobility in the job itself. So many things that need to be corrected, and I'm just so surprised.
That's quite
And
the
you know what?
Pandora's box there.
I'm now thanking Nurse Williams, who actually was the one to cause this to be, the headline conversation that we're having last week and this week, because this situation is just remarkably bad. I mean, we thought it was bad, but imagine a system that's short 500 nurses. That is a lot. And now we talk about recruiting nurses from, different parts of the world. We need to, and I know that we do need to do that because we are facing a crisis. But to me, that's kind of similar to what's happening with the new hospital. Okay, we do need a new hospital, but what about the one that we have now? Why can't we fix it? Every time you break something, it's let me go down, let me just build a new hospital. But what about the maintenance? What about making the system that you have right now work properly before you even expand it and put more debt on the back of Bahamians, on the back of taxpayers, to have a hospital that 10 years from now, we're going to be facing the same problems and an even greater shortage. If you're short 500 nurses now for the system and the hospital that we have, the major hospital, and I guess in the clinics and so forth and so on, what's going to happen when we add a new hospital to the equation?
Need
How are
more
we going to
staffing.
staff that place?
So more shortages and more. There's going to be a shortfall of nurses there, and that shortfall may go up.
Yeah.
And to hear other media outlets saying with this new hospital coming, we should build a new hospital and then try to once we build a new hospital,
do what?
don't try to refurbish the PMH. We wasted millions trying
But
to
the
refurbish
PMH
that
is not
for
going to
years.
close. The new hospital that is being proposed is a specialty hospital. That is not for everyone. Specifically, it's going to be a maternity hospital and I guess neonatal as well as for children. So that's not a hospital
I think
everybody.
But then we have to look at moving forward. The cost issues of maybe certain portions of that building should be demolished and then rebuilt with
sure-
proper structures. Because don't forget, you got the garbage situation there, you got the rodent infestation there, allegedly. I'm
it's
been
almost past
there for
allegedly
a
with the
while.
rodent situation, but
It's
yeah.
been there for a while. It's been that way for decades.
I'm not sure all of these things have been
There
this way for decades.
No, but it's deteriorated over a period of
It's
time to
gotten
where we
worse,
are
right.
now. And I think that we have to focus, if we're going to build a new hospital, in with the proper company, the proper construction team, to do what we need to do at
still
PMH.
don't
And
know
it's still got
how
to be
we're gonna
cost efficient.
staff
And
the
then when
hospital.
it's all done, what's the staffing situation?
Imagine how many Bahamians have gone off, gotten an education, and they can't even practice their craft in their own country because the conditions are not, I mean, they don't have to be perfect, but they should at least be decent.
All right, well, we're off and running. Phone lines lit up, text lines lit up. And obviously, all you have to do to chime in is hit us up. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines open in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4259, 325-4316. Toll free in any one of the family islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. And, of course, that's how you get it in. That's how you get it on for fresh news, smart talk, all day, right here on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. All right. Let's get to the phone lines. Talking heads.
We don't hate you. You're just naughty by nature.
What's going on, Nana boy?
Mary J.
Hey, GNN.
Listen, Naughty, I really thought you was funny, but you ain't funny, Naughty. Mary J., when she read this down, she's funnier than you. You want to know why?
Tell us
Because
why.
They said they with his who they short 500.
That, I mean, it's well, now 501.
Naughty, you need a comedian for the show for this week. You need to go to PHA.
If I need
Not a
material, I
boy.
go to PHA,
Oh,
man.
You said at home, they said, you short 500.
I could see, I could see you're employing Comedy Rule 101. What makes you laugh also makes you cry. What makes you cry also makes you laugh. So obviously you're finding the humor
I mean,
in it.
this is a
Because
lot.
if you don't laugh, you'll cry.
And Mary J. Reid that I was falling to bed.
Behave. Do not hurt
You
yourself.
fall out the bed, you let
Okay?
down, you got to end up right there around them people, and then what?
Okay, let me
Yeah,
stop
yeah.
now.
So yeah. Straighten up, straighten up.
Go forward and
Have a
say
good
no more,
one.
my
Have a good
brother.
one.
Be safe.
So
man.
this is interesting. So Health and Wellness Minister, this is also from the Tribune article, Dr. Michael Darville said last year that the system was short 450 nurses. Later, he claimed that that figure had dropped to about 200. So hold on, because the math is not mathing. Dr. Darville, who should know what the actual figure is saying that we're short 200, but you have the Public Hospitals Authority director saying that, managing director saying we're short 500. Yeah, they need to reconcile that, because that's a difference of over 300. That is a lot. So, Dr. Darville, you may want to adjust your figures again, because you're telling us it's getting better. By saying you've gone from 450 short to 200 short, you're saying it's getting better. But according to the person in charge, the managing director of the Public Hospitals Authority, it's gotten worse, twice as bad as what you claimed it was.
That's
just
a shake
last
a lot.
year.
Come on, man.
So, yeah,
What you
someone
expect?
needs to come to the Bahamian people and tell us exactly how bad the situation is, because it seems to be terrible.
Let's get to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Hey, Naughty and MJ.
Hey,
Good
what's going on,
afternoon.
Papa?
Thank God for life. Thank God for life as usual.
All the time, man.
Hey, I wanted to find out, I know if I'm moving from the topic, but I getting really, like, it getting sickening in a way, like, with this Junkanoo thing. So I one of them original. I mean, I see myself as a Saxon born
Papa,
Saxon, and
Papa.
copy them when they open up after 7.
Hold on,
so
Papa,
much days.
before we get into
As
this.
a Valley boy now, right?
He's a
No,
Valley,
no,
you
no,
go
no,
from Saxon
Papa.
to Valley boy?
As a real Valley boy.
Oh,
Because
man.
we have a couple different Valley boys, and my problem is...
Papa, hold on a second, though.
Yes.
You obviously didn't hear me yesterday when I say, I ain't talking Junkanoo on here no more. Until they could figure it
No, I
out.
didn't.
Because
Sorry.
they running around like a bunch of children.
But tell us what you think.
So I really don't, at this stage of the game, I don't care.
I tired too, Naughty.
'Cause
with that.
one minute
I have
be-
another- I have another-
one
I have
minute be
another
unified.
comment. I tired with that, Naughty, because as a real one of them people in movies who we say we is, I feel like, not different from it being hijacked and stuff like that. I would have liked to celebrate. I would have liked to be able. I think I still can listen whatsoever they do for the Christmas with it, right? But this whole mix-up, boy, this is sickening and sad.
Well, I
Yeah.
gotta say,
Someone who had a name, say we's this and we's that.
Right.
Like, they just move us. They just move us and just make it personal. I didn't hear you yesterday when you did say
Yeah,
it.
but
I
I done with that. I got to talk to Toby Austin and my Soxon crew and see what's going on and where I can take my stance once I talk to Toby. But right now, as far as
So I could drop a little bit of politics, though.
in a second. But as far as Junkanoo,
talking about Rick Fox and stuff like
hey,
that.
Papa,
I remember him and I
Papa.
needed some.
Papa, you got to let me finish my statement, man.
He didn't hear
my
you.
God, I wouldn't let you drive. You'd run every red light.
Say that again.
I'd never let you drive. You'd run every red light, boy.
Go
You couldn't
ahead.
talk about Rick neither?
No, you can talk about Rick. Just let me finish. You asked me a question and I try to answer it, and you
hear me a little low. Go ahead. I didn't hear you.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, anyway.
Okay, very-
I had a joke right there. Now you can't hear me. I know you can't see me, but now you can't hear me.
I think you can't hear me as clear as when I put it on speaker.
But
Sorry,
we say
I
you
think
loud and clear, Papa.
Go ahead.
Even when you slide people's name in, like how you did in the last show.
Oh, yeah, that one. I can't waste no time on that because time might be short, you know.
Yeah,
But
some of that.
that's
All right.
The next second in one, that man going to be commissioner somewhere, either ambassador or somewhere. So who they can sue? They can sue the one who they're not a lady, or we can pay the bill if it's any bill to pay at the end of the day, you know. But the thing with Rick Fox.
Rick Fox,
Rick
go ahead.
Fox, tell us about that.
When I first heard it, right? I think Rick Fox is one of us. What the issue is, I didn't know he was interested in politics. Then the bottom line is, if I got to pick one, right? I don't know. It shouldn't be who you like and all that stuff. For some reason, just my spirit, and I maybe I'm the only one like that. I pick Rick Fox over Sabas.
Okay.
You know, I say go sit down, Sabas.
Okay.
What more you want? I say give him whatever he need. All the government is do whatever he look like what he want and stuff like that. We don't need it in our politics. This Rick Fox fellow.
Well,
I believe that he could offer something. I don't know if one of y'all could maybe get him on or interview him.
Well, let me break it down to you, Papa. I mean, I with you on the Rick Fox answer too, and I'll tell you why. I could personally tell you that I played with Rick Fox in Johnson Road with Sam Nico Moscow, who's called his show, his brother Dino.
Yeah.
His younger brother Chris was too small. He had Stevie Aubrey, had a couple other kids, and we used to go up there in Johnson Road, and Ricky Fox used to play. We used to play in his driveway. And his daddy, Lord bless his dad, used to own Chili Willy Ice. And his
Yeah,
mommy, hold on, let me finish. Let me break it down because I lived it, my brother. So you
So
know.
you know the lambs too. You know the lambs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so I know all of them.
Okay,
Now,
okay.
here's the deal.
Uh-huh.
Ricky's mommy is Canadian. Ricky might have been born in Canada, but Ricky was raised here. To the
His
fact that he could
father's
talk about he getting his cut skin from his granny off East Street. Okay?
Okay.
Ricky is Bahamian. Ricky grew up in the boat on the weekends, eating Swank's pizza. And having a few brewskis too with us before Collect was around. Ricky is a Bahamian.
His daddy is a Bahamian.
Now let me break it down to you. All right, just like how we love Lenny Kravitz, same way we love Ricky Fox.
That's right.
Because Lenny mummy is Bahamian, but he daddy foreign. Kravitz, how much more foreign that could be? And who we love more than Lenny? And I don't like man, but hey, Lenny all right with me. You understand what I
We
said?
understand you, Naughty.
Nah, let me break it down as far as Ricky Fox go. And why I agree with you that he is more qualified and more palatable than Sabas. The two of them got money. Ricky worked hard for his money.
Yes.
Multiple NBA contracts, multiple acting gigs, and his money.
Come, Rick. Come,
Stop.
Rick, come, Ricky.
Furthermore,
Messy.
unlike Sabas, Ricky Fox completed 4 years of college at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, while playing for the legendary coach Dean Smith. So when it comes to college degrees, he already got Sabas beat. And when it comes to money and money management, he got him beat because he know how to flip it. He know how to
Ricky
earn them
Gamble,
contracts,
taking money
so on
from
and
us
so on.
every day.
It wasn't earned off of
So,
illegalities.
so as far
And I ain't finished yet.
Oh, Lord.
They
Okay.
both red, but if you ask any woman who looked better, Sabas or Ricky Fox, even to this day, the gal's going cuckoo over Ricky.
That is
so
not fair.
I mean, and he got money too, and he could buy shingle,
You're
and he could
so-
give out washer,
Oh,
and he could
Lord.
give out turkey too, and he could give out ice.
Attitude, too.
Huh?
Get a better attitude. I say bring Ricky Fox. Bring Ricky Fox. And it didn't matter if he go with the PLP or the FNM or
Correct.
the POI.
But if you ask me who a better choice is, if we want a mega rich candidate to run,
Mr. International.
Mr. International, he's more international. What Ricky has done internationally on invitation, Sabas to try buy
They're
those
making a
credits.
big thing of- They making a big thing out of what he didn't do yet.
So
They're saying that he
what are
didn't
they
do
saying?
This, he didn't do that and all
Okay.
that stuff.
All right.
You know? So I think the bottom line is that never late than late than never. You know,
Better-
I
better
say bring
late
him
than
on.
never.
I say,
But you
listen,
forget
man,
all of this-
we name and people, and he wants some of us, or the majority of us, be successful just like him. Bring him on.
But
he
stop.
might have a better attitude than
But it's not
Sabas.
like Rick
Which one
hasn't done-
Sebastian want?
It isn't like Rick hasn't done before. I remember a time that Rick ran in pocket, and made sure our national team was taken
Man,
care of
you
as far as
know him
coaching
better,
wise.
You need to bring him on. and
Bring it
no
in his,
matter who say
bring it in
what
his.
or what, or you biased because you know him. Bring him on so he can tell the behavior.
Papa,
Go ahead.
use my
Just-
boy,
just
but
go
but
ahead.
you listen here. I gotta rein you in.
Go
you can go on the
ahead.
rest of these other talk shows and talk all over them. Me and you gonna talk to each other, but not over each other,
Sorry
okay?
for that again. Again, I'm sorry.
Because I know you get one white and red can. Don't make me spank you with that, you know.
Sorry about that. Keep up the good work.
No,
man.
but I ain't finished.
Go ahead.
Your points are well taken because Bahamians
Yes, sir.
are looking at it since we're going to be given these options that we don't
I
get to
think
choose
Rick
from.
Fox-
We need
I
the.
take Rick Fox over Sabas any day.
There you go. And guess what? I can be honest with you. You look at the situation. Maybe Ricky has an advantage too because he's been around and he's lived abroad and he's been cultured and he could see different political models and
Yeah.
maybe he could see some things that are applicable that'll work here for us in
That's
the
a good
Bahamas.
thing for us.
And I just want to make a point. Ricky was the sole reason a couple of years back our men's national team did so well when we had King Rice come in and coach. And Ricky's facilitated some former NBA coaches, through the pipeline and
Yes.
assistants to come assist with our program. So it's not like he doesn't do things behind the scene and use his influence to assist us.
Yeah, man.
Now,
I say bring Rick Fox
since
in our
retirement,
politics.
did he spend some time abroad? Yeah, but if you got money and you got opportunities to act and do movies, then you're gonna take those opportunities. The
We happy
important
for
thing
Rick
is
Fox. We proud of him. We
he's
proud of him. We
home.
don't have none of them problems, but some of the small-minded, bad-minded people might be thinking. But one last thing I want to say, man, please. I hear one plane crash trying to go to Jamaica yesterday to carry some goods from Fort Lauderdale, from somewhere in Florida. Man.
I heard a
Somewhere,
father
right?
and
I
daughter
used to work-
perished in a two-person small craft taking supplies to Jamaica. That is true.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah,
confirmed.
well,
Terrible,
I
sad
understand
news.
our defense was supposed to be going to carry some of the things with volunteers and different people. I don't know if they leave yet. I just want to encourage them to see how fast they could move to go and do it. And I don't know if it's wrong to ask the Christian Council, the president and his council, maybe to talk to all the churches in the country. I believe Jamaica might have more churches than us, but, they need our help right now. Maybe you could get one offering on Sunday or something, and let's donate it to the Jamaican government, all council and all the churches, the Catholic, the Baptist, the Methodist, the Anglican, everybody. Let's put something together, one little offering and send them.
Careful how you say Baptist there, Papa.
Yeah, because it
Keep up the
sounded.
good work, my brother.
Hey, listen, Papa, and one of these
Papa.
Fridays, I can get you on so you could do Weekend Review with me and MJ, man. I appreciate your contribution.
Yeah.
I gotta agree for that, because that wouldn't happen if she didn't agree.
But hold on, I invite you and you
course,
thank
yeah.
MJ?
I'm
good.
always running. Oh, sorry for
You're
that, brother.
good.
Bye, run
Have
off
a
now.
good
See you
one,
later.
Papa.
My God. I say come on a Friday. Thank you, MJ.
Yeah,
boy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the break right now. And I feel we need to go to the break. And we're going to play this one for Nurse Williams, who fired off the alarm. Let us know
She
the
certainly
situation.
did.
And we got your back, Nurse, because what they're doing I don't think is correct. I don't think is right. And we do need more people brave and courageous like you to blow the whistle. So Bahamians will benefit from the improvements. And Bahamians will be aware of what's going on. And we do deserve better. And hopefully this will spur the improvements in the hospital where our leaders stay in the same hospital where they want us to stay. So in the meantime, lick off this tenor, ring the alarm. That's what we could do here at Talking Heads. We could ring the alarm. I mean, we ain't sleeping. We could keep you woke.
Sound like a big jump on. Listen to sound, it's a champion. Rock the dance in any session. Rock up the woman and rock up the man. Ring the alarm, another sound is dying. Whoa, hey, ring the alarm, another sound is dying. Whoa, hey, T-Tato, we beat them all in a row. Donkey want water, but you hold him Joe. T-Tato, we beat them all in a row.
Craving something bold, fresh, and unforgettable? Tropical Gyros is your flavor-packed escape, a Carib-Greek fusion born right here in Nassau. From juicy grilled salmon, chicken, and pork gyros to loaded bowls, fresh salads, wings, and more. There's something for every craving. Find Tropical Gyros at any of their locations, JFK Plaza, Rosetta Street, Port Lucaya Freeport, or their franchise spots on Prince Charles Drive, Soldier Road West, Delaport, and Carmichael. Not just good food, it's an experience.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. You will find what you're looking for among the growing collection of classic and trendy styles with new arrivals every week. John's covers the whole family and has great prices, helpful and friendly customer service. Your experience shopping with us will be time well spent. Shop with us online at www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances, so come on into John's, located on Rosetta Street in Palmdale and Carmichael Road West. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
If you come from the island, you know nothing is more important than family. I am Brian Brown, and the people of Golden Isles are my family. I'm proud to serve my neighbors and friends. I'm asking for your vote to be your next MP. I believe in showing up all the time, not just election time. So on November 24th, vote F&M, because this time around, we are going with Brian Brown.
Paid for by the Free National Movement.
Feeding the crew? Fueling the cravings? There's something for everyone with the new KFC Fill-Up Box. Serving 6 juicy pieces of chicken, 4 buttery biscuits, crispy fries to share, and 12 premium original recipe KFC nuggets. All packed into one crave-worthy box. None of us to survive when the KFC box hits the table. So dig in and do whatever the crunch you want with the KFC Fill-Up Box. Only at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
It's time for The Buzz. What are you buzzing on? Brought to you by John Shoes.
Dr. Rastafari, fire keep burning, can't cool, can't cool, can't cool. Yo, the more than coffee children in the movie.
We're back at you on the Tuesday, November 11th edition of Talking Heads. Y'all text us wrong, boy. I ain't gonna tell you where to lie. Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. Who is your producer today? Barry the Pusher, Tennis Law, and Capleton? Pick up to my boy, Barry. Barry, that's you texting it. Okay, pretty cool. Shout out to the Fun City crew. Let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads. Talking Heads.
Naughty.
Hey, what's happening?
Everything good, man. Listen, you was my boy. And I love listening to your show. Every evening I catch between the shows that I normally frequent. But Naughty, we got to be real and honest. We're talking about, I listened to the last caller. My boy, what's his name?
Papa?
Papa, yeah. I listened to you and Papa conversate. And I've never called the show, not just a specific show, but I've never called. But I had to chime in on the notion of comparing Sebastian Bastian to Rick Fox.
Good. I'm glad you chimed in. That's why I said it. I want to hear what y'all got to say. So I'm glad you chimed in. Don't feel bashful. Go ahead.
I totally agree with you, Naughty. You was my boy. But I thought you would get, I can say, but it's me who called talking about this. Now, Rick Fox is a I call him a good Bahamian. I call him a great Bahamian because he has his ties here with us. And I know about his mother and his father's relationship and all that kind of stuff. And then I turn around and I think about Sabah. I think it's unfair to compare them both. Sabah is a man, to me, who have never left us, who never left the country. And I don't want to say that Rick Fox left us, but he left on the notion of seeking betterment for himself.
Could I ask you a question just as we talking, right? You got an opportunity as a teenage kid to go off to Canada and then eventually go to the University of Indiana. I mean, to go to Indiana and play in high school in Indiana and then get recruited. You have to take an advantage. Okay? I got two boys, 18 and 14. They get that opportunity. I drop kicking them onto the plane and I drop kicking them into practice. How you mean?
Absolutely.
I would not consider looking at that as leaving the Bahamas. I would look at that as having an opportunity that was afforded to them.
Yeah.
No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, Naughty, and I don't want to go long with it, right? Here's the thing. Then I hear you say you think politically. Let's go politics. You say politically, you feel as though Rick Fox would be better for politics politically for us.
I have to disagree with you respectfully, and use my boy.
That's what we do. Agree to disagree is all good.
Oh, absolutely, I have to disagree wholeheartedly. When I think about Sabas, right? I think about a man who was, and you talk about the illegalities, and I laughed at it when you said that. But he was able to persuade a whole administration, and I believe whether it was the PLP or the FNM, he was able to persuade.
Okay, but if we're going to keep it in context for historical statute, he convinced the PLP the last go round and other members of his cohort. You know, they changed it. No, let's keep it for the record. They changed it from a referendum to a popularity vote, and that's the same way Pop Simon that used to get away in bootlegging because of back in the day. All right, so
let's keep it on track. Okay, just quickly, caller. So your thoughts are that what, Sebastian?
My thought. No, I had the call when I'm hearing of comparing both the men and thinking about them politically, because I believe that Rick Fox can give us a lot politically. That he can stand his ground in the House of Assembly. I believe that they're more deserving to as a candidate. Far more. I can't believe that we even talk about this.
Why is he more deserving?
Right.
Because here we talk about a man.
What are the qualifiers?
What's the qualifier?
Qualifying to be a candidate is only you need to be a Bahamian.
No, I mean the qualifiers in your
opinion.
Why?
Tell me why he's better in your book. That's what I want to know.
So here's why I say. So here we have a man who has built his business and built it to a level of success for many Bahamians who was indirectly and directly surviving off his business, not just one business. Everybody think about Island Love, but we think about everything else. Here's a man who did that. And then also here's a man who gives back without notice. The only reason why we talking a lot about Sabas and talking about what he's doing, all the little videos what's going around, and I don't want to toot Sabas on because I know.
But
you sure toot that on.
But Carla, let me ask you a question. You admittedly said just now that he does behind the scenes. He does for the community.
When I say behind the scenes, you don't catch the limelight.
Okay, no.
Like now that he's a public figure.
No, stop. My point is,
everybody's behind him.
My point is this. You made a very golden, salient point. He could contribute anytime, any place, anywhere he wants. He doesn't need to be in politics to get it done. He could be more effective out of office than in office. I mean, if we're really talking about it.
What do you think?
Because if I had that kind of money and I was a philanthropist, I would put my money where my mouth is and do what I need to do.
But I think he does. But what do you
kind of like Bruce Wayne and Batman.
Say it again, caller.
And also to you, MJ, what do you think the boss has to gain politically?
Oh, there's a lot to be gained. The whole industry, the main
go
industry
first, I can go second.
The main industry where he made the majority of his riches exists of the government of the Bahamas.
Oh wow!
It does.
So you think that?
No, it literally does. That's not my opinion. It literally does.
So Mr. Bastian?
I have no idea what his motives are except what he stated, which is that he wants to do X, Y, Z. As far as the giving goes.
So persons don't have the rights to just want to serve and see a better.
They can. There's no problem with that. I don't know if that's what his motivation is.
Okay.
He's going to have to give. As a matter of fact, I happen to be a constituent in Fort Charlotte, and just like all of the other candidates, he's going to have to convince me of what his motives are for the community, what he intends to do for the community. So I'm going to give him that opportunity. Haven't seen him yet. But when I do, I will give him the opportunity to talk about that.
And the invitation's been extended for him to come on the show and present as well, too.
And I want to just say this because I want a lot of Bahamians to understand something. As far as the giving and the philanthropy goes, I absolutely love what the gaming industry has done. But you guys do realize that was mandated in the deal that the Christie administration struck with them, right? That they had to give back 2%. You understand that, right?
Now, Carl, okay. I got something for you. Okay?
Talk to me, Naughty.
Be talking now, right? Now, you just said, all right, other callers will get you in a second, okay? We'll get you in a second. Calm down.
Yeah, the line's lit.
No, and that's what I want you to know.
I love your call.
I like the call. I appreciate the call. But here's what I got to tell you. You asked me what I thought, right? MJ chimed in. This is what I thought. Now, if you listen to the show, you'll know a couple months back when Mr. Sabas said, cabinet ministers need a raise. What was the first thing Uncle Naughty said? Well, what? You interested in running in politics? Because why out of left field are you interested all of a sudden in cabinet ministers getting a raise? Forward the tape. What happened after that? he was ratified as the candidate in Fort Charlotte to run for the PLP.
Naughty.
Let me just, you ask me what I
I
see.
don't want to take up nobody else.
All right, cool. See, but
I don't want to take up nobody else. Court.
But I love it. Do
but
not
I
be a
still to finish
stranger.
my thought, okay? Anyway, everything cool? Carry on,
Yeah,
Smarty.
don't be a stranger. Go
But
ahead.
yeah, just to your point. So then you moved the tape forward, and now he's the candidate in Fort Charlotte.
But naughty. No.
I thought you said you was gone.
No financial gain from politics.
No, but stop
But you
saying
gotta let
that.
me. No, you gotta let me
Stop,
finish the
stop.
point, caller.
Stop saying that. And
I think that's why you don't want me to finish the point, because once she gets in, now you can push for another 25-year moratorium for your gaming house to have another 25 years. But wait, there's more. And if you get in, whether the PLP loses or they win this go around, but especially if they lose, you can accelerate and fast track your way to leadership within that party by being the candidate for being a winning candidate for Fort Charlotte and accelerate through those stalwart council members right up to the top. So I see why he was cutting me off.
That-
'cause you don't want me to-
that's political
Nah.
game theory, but
Naughty, I can touch you, and you and I'll have a conversation. MJ, good
good stuff.
talking to you.
Good stuff.
Yeah, and I'll make sure the
I
Bud
do-
Light's cold. I'll make
Yes.
sure they well and
Thank you,
cold.
caller. I do want to say this, though. There's often, and I've heard it a couple of times, and I don't think that people really believe it when they say it, but maybe some people do when they say things like, oh, this person is rich. Why would they need to get into politics? Most of these people
They
who
got
are
rich in the first
rich
place.
they are governed by the laws of the Bahamas. And who makes the laws? The parliamentarians. Rich people have a lot of they may have more motive than the average person to make sure that they not only have the money, but that they also have the power, because a lot of their businesses rely on the laws that the government sets
Now,
and the
let
policies.
me ask that caller. You talk about he can't make money off the government. Well, doesn't he have contracts right now where they rent properties from him?
Well, no,
If he wins, is he going to give up those rental agreements?
Well, I'm sure when we talk to him, hopefully he'll answer all of that. But the point being that do not let people tell you this person is rich, they don't have to do this. And this is not, this is not to knock all people who have been successful and have a lot of money, but I have never met people more motivated to get money than the people who already have a lot of money, okay?
All right, callers, hang tight. We'll get to you in a second. All right, let's get to the calls.
callers.
Texts will be coming to you right now. My God. Talking
The lines
heads.
are full. Hey,
Hey, Naughty, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, Gardner?
Naughty,
Hey, Gardner, you don't see MJ at me,
What's
let him
that
go.
number business not an illegal business?
Yeah, well, it was illegal
Unregulated,
and
yeah.
unregulated.
It was illegal, right?
It was.
Yeah. So, and you say he making money at the behest of the government. He making money off the box of the BM.
No.
That's the obvious.
No, that is obvious, but the enabling force in his business is the position of the government of the Commonwealth of the Bahamas.
And if it were not for that, he wouldn't be the man he is today.
Yeah, I mean,
Unless you know what I'm saying. So how could he be a better man than Rick Fox?
well, I
And
mean,
Rick got
I
a better
didn't even
jumper,
know-
too.
I didn't even know this debate.
Rick makes his money in illegal business.
I didn't know this debate was happening, but y'all surely having y'all say. Thanks so much.
See, you have a lot of people
Uh-huh.
that they cap for the boss. You understand what I'm saying? They grip for the boss. They afraid, like they say afraid to talk up against the boss. Against this thing that the PLP Diago. Diago had the mandate to deal with them, and he refused to deal with them.
Thank you so
Good
much,
points
caller.
there. Good points there, Gardner. All right, let me get a couple of these texts in and we get right to these other calls. Naughty, earlier today, Dr. Tinker asked for Mother Pratt to give a national award. We should bestow Nurse Williams the award of National Hero for her boldness and bravery. I agree. Let's get that award
she
to her.
has brought something to light that needed to be brought to the forefront.
Naughty
She
and
has.
MJ, they're trying to leave men in the old hospital so that men can be nibbled on by rats that women and children can't
Wait,
sit up in the brand.
No,
new center.
hold on now. Wait.
You know who
and I
sent
promise
that?
you, I don't mean to laugh, but you need to stop. You need to
You know who sent that
stop.
text?
Just stop, okay?
Misogyny.
Just stop.
My dad died 20 years
man.
ago. I was there last week, and I feel nothing has changed in the public
Oh,
ward.
boy.
Sorry for your loss, and
Yeah,
so
that-
sad you
that
had
is
to
sad
see that
stuff.
again. 500
See, this
nurses
serious
needed.
business, y'all don't make me laugh talking about no rats nibbling. Please, man.
500
Please, be
nurses
serious.
needed. Your population is very ill. They do not know how to budget the purse, so they always pay top prices, paycheck to paycheck. Look out.
The phone lines are full. We can let's
we'll
get to the
the-
phone lines and then we'll go back to the texters.
Let's go to the phone lines. Talking heads.
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ.
Good afternoon.
I'm a conspiracy theorist, and I believe this is all a plan from they actually made that arrangement with the number guys. Stuff. I can't get it out of my head that this wasn't a plan with the PLP from a long time ago.
You think so?
I really feel that now, especially because he has put his hat in the ring. But what he was saying for the past year now,
right?
If he was planning on doing that, it's a bit awful to me that they made up this person. You understand? They and I can't put the word right now, but it's like they made him. You understand?
Right.
And now that money is going to be used to support the PLP mechanism. You understand what I'm saying? And it feels kind of wrong, man, because you all went against us
right
to do all of this, and now this is what's going on.
Yeah, and no one ever apologized. They never said,
exactly, and it makes
sorry.
the regular behemoth or the poor man and the regular man looking at these days like,
well,
what can you do?
You do have one way to let them know how you feel.
Oh, yeah.
You got one way. Whether they hear you or not when you beat up your gum or whether you protest or not, but you still got one way as a behemoth to let them know what you really think.
Exactly, but that's my thought on this. I've been speaking to recently share the same sentiments because of the situation.
Thank you so
Thanks for
much.
taking my call.
Thank you so
no
much,
problem, my
caller.
brother. Let's get to the other calls. Talking heads.
Yeah, good day.
Good day.
I want to know, right, what made Sabas believe that he is such a motivational speaker, right? What did he do that is so significant? Other than, I can tell you now, other than letting the government make something illegal legal, right? Then take his money and buy things and let government rent from him and make more money. A donkey could do that.
Well,
you understand me? A donkey could do that. You don't have to be no genius to do things that when to make yourself like you're some big motivation speaker like Jobs and all them. No, man.
No, that's what I think. Well, I think, in true Bahamian fashion, he saw them on TV and was like, you know what? I could do that too. Even though I only been to one semester of college, I could still do that. And I can charge people to listen to my talks, and he does it.
Money answered all things, but it's root all evil. And guess what? I hope he listened to that voice note, what that Rasta prophet said. Damn.
Thank you so much,
Good
caller.
stuff, caller.
Good stuff.
Appreciate you chiming in. Talking heads. Call us back, caller. I know your minutes might have run out. All right, let's pick it up.
Pause me around again. But there are like
now
60 text
million
messages.
texts, yeah.
So,
You thought
all right, let's run through the text messages. Here we go, texters.
All right. Didn't the managing director and Dr. Carroll give the letter to the nurse in spite of Minister Dover saying he did not agree with the letter? So obviously they ain't checking for shaking for Dr. Dover. They ain't checking for you neither.
Well, they're supposed to be sort of, I guess, independent, but I don't see how he didn't have more influence, especially since he knew about the situation beforehand, apparently.
Hey, MJ and Naughty, I agree, Naughty, with the Rick Fox instead of Bastian, but better still, Fox like Dr. and Rick Fox, and Rick Fox is what we need, a fresh new faces in
Dr.
politics.
Fox, okay, yes, okay.
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. The other question you have to ask is which nurse will join the PHA when if they speak up, they lose their pension? And the foreign nurses have even less job security. Maybe that's why they want to hire more of them instead of train and retain our own. Very interesting.
I just don't like the idea that we have all of these nurses, these Bahamian nurses, and instead of fixing the system so that they can be paid appropriately, we say, okay, well, they just go in abroad and we're going to bring in some people from foreign to do their jobs. It's not the most ideal situation to me.
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. Don't bring them hoodie in my shop. Then fine, I won't bring my money in your shop either because I got my hoodie on. I ain't coming to rob, I come in to buy.
Oh, really? That's what they mean?
I figure that's why. Good day, Naughty and MJ. The sad part about Dr. Fox's office being robbed is that those thieves could take patients' records and send it out viral. That's the sad part.
The thing about it is, and I thought about that, and I'm pretty sure, I think we'll have a conversation with Dr. Fox in a couple of weeks, but I think that he definitely, he's a pragmatic man. He definitely has safeguards for that, as all doctors' offices would have for, private patient information. So I'm not concerned about that.
Naughty, I watched Beyond the Headline show, which is clearly a pro-PLP show. I watched Leslie Miller defending the nurse in question, and he was shut down after doing that. Wow. Let's get to the caller. Talking heads.
Hey, Naughty Nemi, with just one question, right?
Hey.
What exactly you want as a voting populace, right? Because if you're rich, what you come there for? Because you already got money. If you're poor, you only come there to thief.
Why don't we start with regardless of your... Go ahead, MJ.
Go ahead.
Regardless of who you are, what your background is, honesty, transparency, accountability. That's what we want first and foremost. A little less of the BS and the smokes to get us out of this hellhole that we live in today called the Bahamas in 2025.
Well, I wouldn't call it a hellhole, but we do want competency.
Well, I wanted to use a Trump reference, but I couldn't.
We do want people with vision. We do want people who are able to advance some of the, the programs that are very necessary to move this country forward. So I think competency is a major factor in politicians,
You don't think in some way, as a people, we sort of hypocritical? Because bear in mind, right, during the pandemic, right, he wasn't the number one when people was eating food.
But there were other entities, too, that they criticized that they took their food from, too, as well. So
I think anybody can be philanthropic. Now, whether or not just being philanthropic qualifies you to serve in Parliament. I mean, Parliament is a very specific role, and I think people should look at it from that lens, too, not how much money you have or how much you don't have. I think that you have to have a degree of statesmanship about you, and I do think you have to have a grasp of the laws, because that's going to be your main concern, writing laws. But as far as policies and all of the other ministries, you do have to have vision. And I mean, I think it's fair for people to ask whether or not someone who openly flouted the law is the perfect person to now go ahead and, write our laws.
And let me just take this opportunity. Go ahead, caller.
Iron sharpen iron.
Iron sharpen iron.
Yes, sir.
But you got to have two pieces of iron to sharpen iron.
Yeah.
Iron
don't sharpen wood.
You can't have tinfoil disguised as iron.
Thank you so much, caller.
But, and I want to do this again. Again, the invitation has been extended to his constituency office.
Let's do it for the other candidates
and any
as well.
other candidate in the Fort Charlotte
Particularly
constituency.
Fort Charlotte.
You have your COI candidate.
Miss Johnson.
And you remember the name, because I don't know if Anita could.
It's Daphne Johnson. I'd love to have a conversation with her. Yeah.
And then obviously we have...
Travis Robinson. We've seen a couple of times. Yep.
Correct.
And Miss Johnson. I've seen her and I've seen Travis through the community.
Correct. And so at the end of the day, we'd like to have all of them on individually. Mr. Basti and Sebastian, the invitation is clearly extended.
I didn't know there was a debate raging whether or not
and you can come on. Only one thing you got to understand when you come on Talking Heads. The phone line will be open. Your chairman don't like that. But you march to a different drum. You're probably the future of that party anyway. That's what you're positioning yourself to be. So thumb your nose at the chairman. Come on the show. Let's have a candid conversation. And obviously you can show people who you really are. More than this myth that they see. They can hear from you and understand who you are.
I know we have to go to a hard break in a second. But you know what I found amazing? I listened to Mr. Pickstock who talked about how Golden Isles had been neglected. Well, if it has, it's been neglected under this PLP administration. I also listened to Mr. Bastian the other day, who talked about how when he goes around Fort Charlotte, the people feel forgotten. Well, who forgot them? Who forgot us?
That
would be Mr. Sears.
And if it ain't Sears, then it's the Progressive Liberal Party. It's the same thing that I brought up in Golden Isles about Mr. Pickstock. Well, if you're the man to do it now, who wasn't before you? Was it Vaughn Miller or was it the PLP? Lord bless the dead, Vaughn Miller.
But the point being that, the PLP is actually... the one that has the Fort Charlotte constituency in their win column right now. And so if the people are forgotten, well, that's who
Whose
forgot
fault
you.
is it? All right, texters, we're going to get to you on the flip side of the break, right out of the news. You want to get this one call in before we go? All right, call back after the news. Good stuff. We'll hit the news. Flip side of the news, we'll take it over into the 5 o'clock a little bit. We will talk sports as well. But obviously, we'll continue right here.
You got 48 more texts.
Yeah, for the rest. Keep the texts coming, and we'll get them in right after the break. Keep it right where you got it. The Tuesday, November 11th edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Them see them say go on, burn the fire, call and jig and teach. And the heights where it go reach. And I know the youth them see it. We can't free freedom. Yo, righteousness, listen up at them come reject. Be a corrupt and serve. Pan them earwaves and them internet. And what them televise, then I totally mess. Be up to them right, telling and them concept.
What happens when your faves team up? You get an original Asiago Bacon Club. Enjoy the iconic taste of KFC's 11 herbs and spices with a bite into KFC's original recipe chicken filet, layered with Asiago cheese, crisp lettuce, tomato, bacon, our signature ranch, all on a golden brioche bun. KFC's original Asiago Bacon Club is made fresh, made right, available only at KFC. It's finger licking good.
Some people come and go. Others work for you every single day. whether through free classes for students or programs for the elders for years, while others waited for their time to shine. I'm Brian Brown, and I know it is something you earned. On November 24th, vote FNM, because this time around, we're going with Brian Brown.
Paid for by the Free National Movement.
How often should you change your oil in your car? Every 3,000 miles or 3 months? Definitely by the time the light come on. A car needs oil just like we all need water. Let Muffler World change your oil and oil filters to help you keep your ride on the road. Regular oil changes will save your car's engine. Stop by Muffler World on Mackey Street or Robinson Road to have your car's oil changed in no time flat. Muffler World on Mackey Street is open on Saturdays 8 to noon.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM.
Fire keep burning, can't cool, can't cool, can't cool. Yo, the more than type of children.
Talking Heads with Naughty is brought to you by Burger King, City of Hope, Fine Threads, the Free National Movement, John's Department Store, Kelly's Home Center, KFC, Muffler World, Naughty Johnny's, NRG Nutrition, Prince Masters, Royal Caribbean Cruises Limited, and Tropical Gyros.
We're back at you on the Tuesday, November 11th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with Mary Jane in your company right up until 6 p.m. Pearlie will be joining us in short order. We will talk sports in short order as well. But let me get to these texts and we'll continue our conversation for a bit. MJ, what is your opinion of the president of the Nurses Union's response?
Well, kudos to her for finding her voice finally and kind of half-heartedly defending. I find that, it was a bit unfortunate that her initial reaction seemed to be so tone-deaf. I think she's tried to right her position a little bit, getting a little political with her response, but at least she's kind of half-heartedly, defending Nurse Williams now. And can I say this? This is the issues that Nurse Williams brought to the forefront. That's what the union should be doing more often than not.
Correct.
Y'all need to get y'all a president like Belinda Wilson, who would have been on the forefront, trying to make sure
they
that
would never got to this point with Belinda.
That everybody knows what exactly it is that you're dealing with and what the situation is. That's all I'll say.
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. Sabas is not a great Bahamian. In order for Sabas to obtain his success, he had destroyed thousands of lives gambling. And gambling is an addiction. And he placed his web shops in the lower income community to piggyback off the backs of the poor. Sabas wants to open banks, in my opinion. All right, Dexter.
And I know people are going to have a lot of opinions about him. I don't know him. Don't know much about his background except what we all know about, the referendum and the political positioning in order to legalize that industry that was once, illegal. And so I guess
a lot of texters are up in arms about it.
People that may know him better will have their opinions about him. I'm just going to look at him from strictly political lens and as to whether or not, particularly since I am a Fort Charlotte constituent, as to whether or not I feel he is the person that I would like to be my voice in Parliament.
This comes with the territory. This is not a personal thing. This comes with the territory. Anybody who would be in that constituency this go around will go through the same kind of questions and scrutiny that from not only myself, but from residents. Because you fool us once, shame on you. And fool us twice, shame on me.
And I don't think we, just not specifically just with him, I don't a lot of our candidates' positions on certain issues, and we get surprised when they act a certain way and just toe the party line when they get in Parliament. I think we need to get to know some of these candidates, not on a personal level, but just on their position level. Right. And they never want to talk about that. They never want to go into details. But when they come knocking to your doors, get detailed with the policies, particularly the ones that you have a pet peeve about. Because the only thing I know of Mr. Bastian is that he had a pet peeve
still let him
about the taxes. He had a pet peeve about the taxes that the gaming industry was being charged, and that he walked us through this whole thing about the deal they made with Mr. Christie. So that's the only thing that I've heard from him in terms of publicly, which is that op-ed he wrote, or the interview he was a part of, talking about their taxes and how he needed the hotels to have to pay the same taxes as the web shop.
Could that be the ulterior motive of getting into politics, possibly?
I don't want to
change legislation?
I don't want to impute bad motives on him, but every person who's a titan of their industry works to secure and to protect their investments. I mean, people talking about, oh, the rich people don't have to. They work to protect their investments. You think rich people stay rich because they make a couple of dollars, then they say, that's it, not worried about anything else. No, they actively lobby and work to protect their interests
and stay rich
and expand their empires. So I don't want to hear that, oh, they got money, they don't need to be in politics. Absolutely not true, especially for the gaming industry, because what is unique about the gaming industry is that the gaming industry is surviving off of the tolerance of the government. It's not, they didn't have to go through regular market forces as so many other businesses in this country. They are literally surviving off the largesse of the government.
Naughty, I'm offended to hear people comparing Rick Fox to Sabas. Sabas has nothing to offer our youth or the New Bahamas. I will not want my children or grandchildren emulating him. What is his real reason for contempt, if you ask me?
I think maybe he's also going to wake up to the fact that there are a lot of Bahamians that still have doubts about, you know, the viability of his candidacy. Maybe that's not something he considered. I would think he would have that at the forefront of his mind because of the way that the referendum went, the opinion poll. But maybe he's now just waking up to the fact that it's not going to be just an easy, you know, roll through.
Naughty, I get your Batman reference. The question is, will he be a Warner Brothers Batman or a Lego Batman? I'm thinking Lego. Naughty and MJ, good afternoon. Sebastian convinced the PLP to change the referendum. Look, I can't say that because nobody knows. So to say something like that is way out of left field. He convinced them. You could say he convinced them to change the referendum. You can't say.
Well, he lobbied. I mean,
correct.
I'm quite sure that he lobbied as others in the industry.
Let's not forget, this is the same man who once operated an illegal enterprise making millions off the backs of hardworking Bahamians. That alone raises serious questions about his morality and integrity.
Yeah, he's gonna have to, you know, convince voters. You know, electing him makes sense for the community.
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. The caller only needs to listen to Sabah's own words in his video where he told the world how he lied to the college admissions office so he can embezzle the money his own daddy
okay, let's not go there because I'm not sure about that.
Send me that video. I need to see it. Listen,
you can't just
I may not agree with some of the stances Mr. Bastian is taking, or with his candidacy, and obviously we need to hear more of the residents who live in Fort Charlotte. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to allow you to just text in with conspiracy theories.
Let's not do that, guys.
Actual factuals, okay?
Yeah, let's not do that.
And that goes for any candidate that we bring on this show, we talk about. Will not be any.
You can't just make up. I'm not saying you're making it up. Just throw stuff out there that's unverifiable or unfalsifiable. I think, we're going to have enough of real information to judge. And we do. We have a history with Mr. Bastian.
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. POP supporters do not like it when we say that the Prime Minister Davis is a poor, horrible, terrible excuse for a Prime Minister and the Minister of Finance. We could do better. Enough is enough. Is it public? The public can't take it anymore. Let us know how much money is the government already spent and how much money is the business persons who are doing the private-public partnership with the government already made in the last 4 years, because the small contractors cannot get paid on time.
That is a problem. I mean, and that's a persistent complaint that we've been hearing, that smaller contractors haven't been paid on time. So I don't know exactly what's happening over there at the Ministry of Finance, but you would think that 4 years and these wheels are moving much faster. I'm not understanding the delays in paying the contractors, but let's please get on that. Being the Christmas season, people have lots of bills to pay. Everything is expensive, everything. So yeah, pay the people on time, please.
Caller, we'll get to you in a sec. Get on social media, but who is wrong with the situation at the hospital with the critical care nurse? We are being distracted. We should not be distracted. The bottom line is that they need to fix the problem at the hospital.
Absolutely.
All of that running on, but the doctor signs, the chairman of the Free National Movement should not have anything to say.
Yeah, we're not going to go. Yeah.
That's a bunch of crap. Don't kill the messenger. Deal with the message. Fix the darn problem at the hospital, Mr. PM. Do it now.
Yeah. I think that those comments by But the president of the nurses union were a bit unfortunate. Don't be distracted. Like, you already dropped the ball not being the one to bring this to the public. I mean, forcefully and repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly till you have one of your members having to do it and having to walk the plank because she did it. Now you need to focus and continue to tell us, continue to bring it to the public's attention just how bad things are in our hospital. We pay hundreds of millions of dollars in taxpayer money to prop that operation up. Why is it that we're now learning that things have not gotten better but have gotten worse? We were told by Dr. Darville there was a 450 nurse shortage, then updated to be told that it was a 200 nurse shortage. Now we're hearing from the director of the Public Hospitals Authority that it's a 500 nurse shortage. In other countries, heads would roll because of these figures and being so untruthful to the public on a pertinent issue such as public health care. So, yeah, we're not going to be distracted by all other stuff of who said what when. The thing is, we know now, and we need some answers on how this problem is going to get resolved. And we need to know why we're still at this place. Why is it taking so long? And I think that Dr. Darville is going to have to answer that question on many, many fronts. Why is it taking so long to get the supplies in? Why does it take long to get a roof fixed? Why do you have rodents in the hospital?
Let's go to the phone lines. The rodents are still will go at Talking Heads.
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. What's up?
Hey, good afternoon.
Everything good, man. Listen, I read a caller earlier said they went beyond the headlines last night. I did too. And listen, they shut. Leslie Miller was only trying to defend the nurse.
Mm-hmm.
And what he was talking about, he mentioned the past government didn't do it, but he did say, "Y'all in power now, fix it."
Right.
And all he was saying was just fix it, and they shut Shanique Miller and Gav Rossborough. They shut him down. They didn't want to hear what he had to say. And I believe that was so imbalanced.
Someone shut the pot cake down? Wow.
God shut the pot cake down?
That's wow.
Wow, that's rising.
The whole show. They gang up on him because he was trying to defend the nurse, and he was trying to speak real. Right, and Leslie Miller, he's real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was just saying, listen, y'all in now, y'all fix it. And he was just saying, fix it, just fix it. They shut him down.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Didn't catch on, but thank you.
Appreciate the breakdown for context, man. Good stuff as always.
There is a point to be made on the whole. Okay, so you say this problem is existing during the Minnis administration, maybe before that, I don't know. When we hit January of next year, which is just a couple of weeks away, truly, the PLP would have had as much time in office as the Minnis administration when we hit January.
And then you ask that question in January, are we better 4.5 years later than we were 4.5 years ago?
Because the Minnis administration served a shorter term than normal because that snap election was called some 8 or 9 months early. Come January, they would have had the same amount of time. I don't want to hear anything after that point
about
what happened during the Minnis administration, this, that, the rest. Because even though we could say, COVID and Dorian and all that, I don't want to hear it because talking active governance, you've had more time.
Heavy is the head that we're at the crown. You on the clock right now. I don't want to hear that.
Active governance, you've had more time because a good bit of the Minnis administration was locked down, shut down, all that kind of stuff, right?
Period. The Minnis administration.
So things weren't happening during that period, but you've had 4 years, just as much time as them come January. I don't want to hear the excuses. You had more than enough time to fix it. Because before that, it was the Christie administration. That was you. You see what I'm saying? So he didn't fix it in that time. You had just as much time. You need to fix it.
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. The leader of the official opposition was excellent this morning on the show with Mr. Strawn. I wonder if Mr. Pintard is going to be the Minister of Finance when the electorate select and support the Free National Movement to be the next government of the Bahamas. We need to do something with the Financial Secretary, Simon Wilson, ASAP. Text him, mind it. He might be waiting in the parking lot when you walk outside.
Just behave.
So be careful.
Stop it.
Watch yourself when you walk out.
Stop.
Okay, let's get to the phone lines real quick. Talking Heads.
I don't count that Minnis administration. They have never had 1 year, I would say, during the pandemic and the hurricane.
Yeah.
They couldn't do nothing in that 1 year. Put all their resources to dealing with all these things that's going on. So like you say, who in power now, y'all ain't do nothing for the 4 years, fix it. That's all y'all got to do is fix it. Start running on talking. Just fix it. That's all that has to be done. Fix it.
Thank you so much, Carl. I mean, you have to fix it.
And they work for us. That's the
problem. When you have had just as much time as they had, and don't forget, it was a PLP administration before the Minnis administration. You've had just as much time, and you're still talking about problems from all those years ago, and you ain't fix it. Is no different now?
No.
Come on.
Good afternoon, MJ and Naughty. When you are short $500, it's bad. Can you imagine 500 nurses in the Bahamas healthcare system? That's only nurses. What else in the system is short?
Texter, you're so right. That's the whole point.
Naughty, I agree with you. 100% Rick Fox all day long. And a national lottery, and not just for the few numbers guys. And so true, MJ, the rich and powerful usually work together.
Yeah, I don't like when people say, oh, they're rich, they have no reason to go. It's precisely why they do have more reason to go.
All right.
Got to protect those riches. Got to protect their industry.
Sabas is a regulated... All right, Tex, I ain't going to finish that, but I understand. All right, you're not a fan. Naughty and MJ, rich people don't go into politics to benefit the public. There's no example to prove such. They also go in for ego and stature, bucket list goals.
I mean, that could be it. I mean, you could say that for anybody, right? You could say anybody would love the perks that come along with, I don't know, police drivers, green, red passports. Some people like stuff like that,
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. Have you all noticed that Mr. Bastian is the only number man complaining about the taxes levied on the number business? The rest are all quiet?
Well, right. The others, go about their business quite based on what we can see. But it's more than that. Sometimes when I think about his argument, the argument that he was making, and I'm just going off memory now, was about how the casinos should be paying the same as the numbers industry. Now, if you did game theory, you would see why just getting any government to agree to that would be a steal of a deal, because eventually those land-based casinos will get the government to bring those rates down. And if you have it locked in, if you have people locked in, if you have the government locked into this idea that you should pay the same as the land-based casinos, then that'll eventually work out pretty good for you when their rates go down, right? Or if they say, okay, they pay 5%, you pay 5%. But here's why it's different. And I know we can have a long conversation, today isn't that day for it, about gambling in this country. But there is a fundamental difference with the land-based casinos versus the numbers houses. And it's just not about the concept of gambling. It's also about the customers. The land-based casinos are absolutely not allowed to have Bahamians playing them. So,
which is absolute garbage in my book. Just let me say it again. Garbage.
I hear you. I take your point. But also take the point that the money that they're getting is not coming on the backs of Bahamians. They're not winning your last piece of rent money. That's not what the land-based casinos are doing. Fundamentally different customers now. Do I have to say it? Yes. They're getting it off the tourists.
They're getting it off Billy Bob and Peggy Sue on vacation.
They're not getting it off us. So
on the quarter slots.
So two completely different business models, okay? Let's just be honest about that.
All right, let's get to the phone lines. Talking Heads.
Good day.
Good afternoon.
Shanique Miller talk show?
On which shows? Which show, sir?
Well, anyway, Shanique Miller and a fellow named Hal Goff. They disappoint me last night when it come to Leslie Miller. Mr. Leslie Miller was only telling them they need to fix the problem. Now, I say all of that to say, our problem stems with the government. And the government is the prime minister. The prime minister is the one that have all the money. What make his MPs them successful. The prime minister is clearly showing the whole country that we do not have the money that they say that we supposed to have. You have the hospital engineering. They can't even go and buy material because the credit is so bad. Anywhere they go, they can't credit no material. They can't credit no medicine. It's just bad in this country. The government is just running this country right down. F&M and PLP. They are just destroying this great little country of ours. And if we keep electing these people back and forth, we're the biggest set of fools in the world.
So what's the viable option there, caller?
Mr. Change give Mr. Lincoln Bain a chance. That's what I'm thinking.
See, we're looking for a viable option, man.
Well, like a viable option because
No,
you
man.
can't keep going back and forth with these same two. They're the same.
Right, but what I'm seeing from Mr. Bain is a mirror indication of a lot of the problems we have with the leadership of the FNM and the PLP.
Well,
I think the message of the COI is lost with their leader.
I'd rather try anybody other than FNM and PLP because Mr.
Well,
Bray
but you
it's a
can't-
waste of time.
You can't go with your eyes wide shut blindly into that good night, my brother. You got to know the solutions of the COI and how they're going to get us out of.
They've never been in power.
But
you know what? That's why we keep going in problems.
But hold on.
We keep electing people.
But caller, let me make this one point. In order for him to get into power, shouldn't have solutions to convince Bahamian voters that there is a change? You go to the website, the Division 2030, coming soon. Coming soon. No, he's not, because it's coming soon. It's coming soon.
Let me just ask you. Let me ask you this, caller. I'm very curious about this. Why, whenever someone calls in about the Coalition of Independence, it's always so Lincoln Bain centric? Do you guys not have a party? Do you guys not have other candidates? Do you guys not have independent
we do have
ideas?
other candidates, but you have to build. You have to build first.
Then maybe you should highlight your other candidates because they're clearly more palatable than Mr. Bain. Maybe you should start with your deputy leader, Dr. MacGyver. She clearly makes more sense than him.
Well, definitely she is a part of it, but I'm just saying that's who I'm going with. I'm no body fan. I just want a different change in this country.
We hear you.
And I agree. I agree that you should be entitled to change.
1 minute. Immigration is not working. The police force is not working. The hospital is not working. The school is not working. The roads are not working. Nothing working.
I agree, but now what are the solutions that have been presented?
I don't agree.
What are the solutions that Mr. Bain has presented to all of them above? Nothing. Coming soon. You want me to blindly vote for you because you promised to do something? We're tired of promises from politicians. We need some actual factual. The message is lost with the leader of that party. And you got some good, passionate people that believe in that party, and their voices should be heard because they're probably more palatable to Bahamian voters than their leader.
I understand what you're saying, but like I say, I am not running behind the FNM and PLP no more. I
Okay.
can give up all my trust on them too.
We hear you, caller. Thank you so
All right,
much.
let's get talking heads.
Hey, no, what's happening, man?
Hey, what's going on, bro?
Indulge me. Couple points. With Lincoln Bain, I think people got to realize that activists are doing a great job, but you need some sort of experience. I don't see no experience in a party of any part of
Yeah, that's a problem. They have that problem.
There's a lot of political naivety associated with that with that party.
That's what I keep telling you. You don't run government the way you run your home or business.
Yeah.
Government got to put money where no money come back. Business don't run away.
And it's funny you said that, home and business. We've seen Mr. Bain have issues in both home and business running them. So let's be honest.
So the Lincoln Bain is sensationalized a lot of things, but I don't see the. I think it would have been better if you had some persons who had some track record in terms of experience.
That
in
would have helped them.
governmental things.
Yep, that would have helped them.
Yeah, so I don't
Yeah.
think. Two, you was talking about gambling, right? And taxation, right?
Right.
I think the parties missed with gambling for the casino, with the foreigners and the Bahamian. The money that is used inside the quote-unquote judicial gambling we have here are money already in the system. That don't really build your country, because it's just a cycling money. It's just like the money what comes from the casinos are new money.
Fresh money.
Injected inside the economy would build the economy way more than the money would already in the economy. If I don't buy a number, I still buy food. I still pay for gas. I still pay bills. So the money circling right back in the country. So that money is only very concentrated into the people who are actually getting that money from the owners and stuff. It don't really build much. And, we talk about the casino, right? And I'm not calling all of them gambling doing right now, the web shop, is sucking the money out of the community. And they ain't sucking it out and putting it back in real estate, and they ain't coming back to the people. That's why she's been taxed hard. Because at the end of the day, I go and I gamble all of my money away. I can't pay my bills. I can't feed my children. And then what I do, I bail me out. But the money I should have paid bills with, I go and buy numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look at that.
Good points, caller. Don't
thank
be
you
a
so
stranger,
much,
man. You
caller.
made some good points. Let me get to this text real quick. Naughty and MJ, notice Rick Fox ain't caught up in no underground gambling scenarios. Also, Ford Charlotte go against Bastian the way Christie insulted us with an opinion poll. Let him know he's just an opinion we don't consider.
The thing about it is I think that there are some companies, and someone made a mention about this earlier, that are involved in the gaming industry that have done some good, really good stuff for the community. As far as Mr. Bastian goes,
Mr. Flowers has done a lot.
Mr. Flowers
The Percy's Foundation has done a lot.
It's a good example, and I think he's pretty honest about some of the opinions. I think he was one of the ones to go on the record and say that he doesn't see why they would need a moratorium, a 25-year moratorium. A 25-year moratorium is a lot of motivation to want to be in the room where the decision is being made, whether or not that thing comes through or not. I'm just saying. But it should be on more than just, I have money, I can throw my money around, elect me to be a voice. I would need a little bit more than that. I think we've been getting, I don't want to use the word swing, by people who parties present and say, okay, just vote for this one because they wearing this color. Come to find out they good for nothing,
All right, we got to get to the break. As soon as we come out of the break, I'm going to get the rest of the text. Text us, boy, y'all on a roll today.
How many you have left?
1, 2, 3, 4,
You
5,
got a
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, at least 15 more to go.
Okay, we're going to get to those 15 texts. We promise right after this break. You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and yours truly, Mary Jane, on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. We'll be right back.
Every day them get up and about them at the best. How them want to live like the wild, wild west. Them want press. So them shut you in your face. Them shut you in your chest.
If you come from the island, you know nothing is more important than family. I am Brian Brown, and the people of Golden Isles are my family. I'm proud to serve my neighbors and friends. I'm asking for your vote to be your next MP. I believe in showing up all the time, not just election time. So on November 24th, vote F&M, because this time around, we are going with Brian Brown.
Paid for by the Free National Movement.
Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then fine threads is your place. If you want to look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, want to step out and look great, then fine threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then fine threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Learn more at cancercenter.com.
There is a new king in town, and the only place to find him is at Burger King Nassau. Introducing the Cheesy Ring King, featuring 2 juicy flame grilled beef patties, stacked with American cheese, crisp bacon, sweet barbecue sauce, honey mustard, and the crown jewel, 3 golden mozzarella rings, served on a soft, buttery brioche bun. It's bigger, it's better, and it's cheesier. Want just cheese rings? They're available as a side too. Get the Cheesy Ring King at any of Burger King Nassau's 7 locations. Available.
Form your home for less at Kelly's House and Homes Holiday Paint Sale now through Wednesday, December 24th. Enjoy 25% off house and spray paints plus 20% off paint supplies, except on net items. Our wide selection of paint colors is the perfect way to bring holiday cheer to your home. You'll also find the best selection of brushes, rollers, pans, glue, ladders, paint thinner, and more. So catch the holiday spirit and paint up for Christmas at Kelly's House and Homes Holiday Paint Sale, going on now through December 24th.
You're listening to Talking Heads with Naughty and Mary Jane. Only on Guardian Radio 96.9 FM.
Fire keep burning, can't cool, can't cool, can't cool. Yo, and the more them type it kill when and the more we live longer. More them try to win, and the more me get stronger. More them try to fool me, and the more me get wiser. Can't cool the fire get bigger on the street. And the more them try to stop with, and the more we reach further. More them try to kill me, and the more me live longer. More them try to weak me, and the more me get stronger. Can't fool.
We're back at you on the Tuesday, November 11th edition of Talking Heads. Your boy Naughty along with Mary Jane and your company right up until 6 p.m. Lines still open. Text lines are open, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Phone lines open in New Providence, 323-6232, 325-4259, 325-4316. Toll free in any one of the family islands, 242-300-5720, 242-300-5720. Stream us live, take us wherever you want to go, GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. All right, let's get back to the text lines and get these texts out of the way. Please, Elia. Good afternoon.
You have to read them all. My throat is still.
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. By voting, we have the opportunity to choose what is best for us. I too hurt over the senior nurse being disrespected by the government. We need to have recruitment now in high school.
Great
As a
idea.
citizen, after learning about PMH, I feel raped. Good afternoon, Naughty. Earlier today, Dr. Tinker asked. Okay, yeah, I got that one already. Naughty and MJ. Good afternoon. Excellent talk show. Rick Fox is a better candidate than Sabas. Sabas is fully supported by the PRP, and they are rating the country 100% as the controlling factor. Save the Bahamas now, Bahamians. Selah. And that's coming in from the mayor of Freeport. Shout out to Freeport. Oh, boy, this is a long one. Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. A question from your thoughts. Do you think Darren Pickstock did something in Golden Hours? I heard on some talk show host that Darren Pickstock caused the roads to be paved. Garbage. Texter. If a blind, three-legged goat was running for the PLP in Golden Hours, all they had to do was slap a yellow T-shirt on him, and them roads was going to get paved.
Oy.
Period. That's the bottom line.
A lot of paving.
Don't let nobody
happen.
fool you. That is a bunch of garbage.
A lot of paving is going to be happening between now and the next election.
A lot
I
of
would think
paving. So Mr. Pickstock is very disingenuous by
Although he may
claiming
have
that he
spurred
did
it
that.
on, I don't know. Everybody's taking credit for things the taxpayers are paying for. Like, what's happening with that?
Right. You ain't doing us no favor. You finally making our money get where it's supposed to be spent on us. So really,
we need more roads paved. FYI, Ministry of
yeah,
Works.
and we need more roads paved during the course of your administration, not in the last year when election
and that goes
coming
for
up.
everybody.
Every one of yours.
You're like, don't wait till the last minute. The ballot's about to be rung, and then it's like, oh, look at me, I'm paving roads. Meanwhile, personally, I've already lost 2 tires.
Yeah, I don't buy into that. That text that's garbage.
2 tires.
According to that talk show that he caused the road to be paved.
Over
Garbage.
the last year.
If Vaughn Miller, RIP, didn't die, no road wouldn't have been paved. You wonder why this country can't move forward. So sad. Pickstock blamed the PRP for Golden Hours delay. Yes, Pickstock clearly did it in the papers, videos. What you mean you're the only person who could get the job done?
The papers reported on it. He said he's the only man in that race that could get the job done.
So what happened? The man before you passed away couldn't get it done? This administration who you're running for can't get it done? I mean, what do you really mean?
So many weird questions. Even Mr. Bastian saying that, he's talking to people and they feel forgotten.
So
well,
who forgot
Mr.
yours?
Sears, who happens to now be Minister of Immigration.
And if it wasn't Sears, then the PRP forgot yours.
But before that was Minister of Works. He's like right there. Why is he, forgetting? Last time I checked, when you get elected, lame duck or not, you have to finish off your full 5 years or whatever until the next election. So I'm not understanding why it's okay to just be there, taking up space now, because you're not running anymore and just not really doing anything in the community. After that last rainstorm where the water was, practically up to my knees, I just shook my head and said that, these guys, they really, really need to do better.
All right, Naughty and MJ, let's cut to the chase. Sabas will be PM one day and contest the leadership of the PRP next time around, while all them long-serving PYL, progressive young liberals, will have to fall back. It's funny how some made a joke about Travis and Sabas with the plywood and shingles, and the majority can relate to a Travis. So that means the majority can't relate to a Sabas texter? Is that what you're saying?
Although I think we've seen this show before, kind of in the U.S., but don't put... never underestimate the ambitions of men, Some people think it's going to be a cakewalk if he makes that grab for leadership in the Progressive Liberal Party.
Go ask Mr. Wilson, Frankie the Snake Wilson, how that worked out for him before Charlotte before.
But I think that there are some people in the Progressive, it might only be 1 or 2, But there are some people that are also eyeing that top spot, and it may not be the cakewalk that he thinks it's going to be.
As a civil servant, I still want and need my promised money now. Ring the election bell now.
I hope that. Well, I guess the Prime Minister said before Christmas, so that's all we have. That's all we have to go on right now, Texter.
Good afternoon. I live in Fort Charlotte currently and have been there for the last 5 years. The current MP has been invisible for his entire tenure. I am not expecting much from the PLP's candidate. He has not gone public with his platform, but rather chooses to buy votes disguised as help.
Well, I don't know if you can actually call that vote buying, but it looks bad, right?
Correct.
It looks bad when you just coming around and you make this appearance like the little Walmart joke or whatever it is. I don't think that's a good look. I think it's a little bit outrageous. I found those. I saw someone sent me a picture of some buses, some big huge buses, and I found them to be kind of obscene. I'll be honest with you. I found it to be a bit much.
The Trump buses?
It's a bit much. We want competency. You don't have to come flashing your cash because that's your cash is your cash, and I don't need your cash. I don't want your cash. I want someone that can represent me, that can be a proper voice in Parliament, that seeks feedback from the people, that also has plans, and yes, a little bit of experience kind of helps too. And I think that's the biggest problem that the COI is encountering, which is that not only does their leader not have any parliamentary experience, but the whole team is lacking in experience. And then you don't have like what Mr. Pinland and the others would have had back in the day, which is people that, may have the law degrees and really understand the law and the fight that we were up against. Like they're students, students of history,
political culture and the history and all of that.
So that what they lacked in experience, they made up for in knowledge. You got to show us that
something.
COI. We don't. What are we looking at?
Yeah, I mean, we got to hear a solution. I don't want to hear no. Give me a solution that's thought up of that I could go to a website and soon. Let me see it. Let me know what you're all about. At this stage of the game, you all should be able to regurgitate that ad nauseum at will for any potential voter that you all want to impress.
So, right. So, one like Sabas would position himself as someone who has big business acumen, and he'll count that as a plus. You have someone like Travis who has the experience, right?
Correct.
And we actually got to see him perform. He's the youngest one elected. We actually got to see him stand up and lose his position, when the VAT increase is happening. And he eventually stood up, for.
I like the fact that he stood up back in the day
a record
as a young politician. Though, I think he stood up at a time when he should have stood up.
Well,
and I think later on that the constituents in that community should have stood up for Travis because look, 4.5 years later, they're not impressed with who he was replaced by.
I'm just saying,
and he got beaten by a party vote. But I think that he did do in that community, and by standing up for the fact that those residents did not want to increase in VAT to the point where his car got taken. I never forget that they tried to brace out of the House Assembly, had to walk back to his office because Minister pulled Leslie Miller and took the keys.
Stop playing. I know you're joking. For real?
Speaking of Leslie Miller, Naughty and MJ, they also tried to shut down Mr. Bamboozle Howard Johnson on that talk show last night when he tried to defend Rick Fox like you did just now.
This show, y'all send me the link because I gotta. Which show is this again? Which one is it? I gotta watch because this sounds interesting.
I think they're referring to Beyond the Headlines.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, but my point being that everybody's bringing something to the table. It ain't gonna be about money because, like I said, your money is your money, right? You have control of the people's money, though. How are you gonna handle that? That's what I want to know.
This another text coming in. I see banking is the end goal for Sabas. How? Break it down to me, man. Enlighten me. Because this the third or fourth. I mean, I look at banking around the world. It's good and it's bad. I don't know if that's really. I mean, give me a reason. It's like you're telling me he wants to get it, but tell me why. Is it what you hear on the ground? Is it a conspiracy theory out there, or do you have some actual factual behind it? I mean, I'd like to know. Okay, we should vote COI just because it's different.
No.
I'm even going to read the rest of that text. If that's your theory.
No, but let's hear the texter. Let's hear them out.
We should vote the COI because it's different. There's no plan with the COI. It's just the FNM PLP is the same. How does that move the country forward?
Right. So the person is saying that you can't just say.
Yeah, you can't just say they're
the
different.
two are bad. So just
There's no
vote.
plan.
I mean, that's like
But that's what I want to
crazy.
hear. And that's why I feel the COI should be able to come to you and me and knock on the door and say, hey, this is the plan. We've been working on this for a minute. We've been seeing what's going on. This is what we want to do. This is what needs to be addressed in these areas. Not, to paraphrase, they'll put us in and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
No,
Like,
holla.
this is
That
not-
can't work.
The country is not a little tuck shop where it's just because somebody but anybody else in there. Yeah, it doesn't work like that. And unfortunately for the COI, they really, really need to show us some candidates that have some sort of experience or bringing something else to the table. I know that just good men and women can do great things, but we're at a pivotal point in our country's history right now. A lot is happening, not just locally, but globally. We need people with some sense running this country. And I'm not saying you guys don't have sense, but you don't have any experience, and you do seem to be like a one-man type of band thing. And yeah, we ain't on that run.
Naughty and MJ, different strokes for different folks. I'm tired of the mustard and ketchup. I'm trying some blueberry this time. Just make sure the blueberry ain't outdated and spoiled, and you should be good.
And I applaud anyone that, thinks that this party is for them or that party and goes with that party. But you're not going to convince everybody if you're not bringing something bona fide to the table. You just can't tell me. And I got to tell you, COI, something, just a little piece of advice for me. Saying every time, Mr. Bain, Mr. Bain, Mr. Bain, Mr. Bain. Yeah, no, it's a party. It's not a dictatorship. Who else you got? What else you got? Show me something new. Show me something different. Show me some other people that got some sense or some plans, or because this is not a country under Mr. Bain. Sorry.
Here we go. And I knew this was about to come up at some point during silly season. Naughty and MJ, the FNM is known as the white man's party and the PLP is known as the black man's party. And I would like to say now in 2025, that's garbage. Because we got too many people getting on in this country. White, black, mix up, conch salad, conky Joe, all type of kapunkaluk.
I don't even...
Everything going on. Look, the race situation ain't going to work. I think the FNM is a party, is a broad umbrella for a broad cross-sections of Bahamians, and the PLP is a broad cross-section as well.
Yeah,
And some of their candidates are conky Joe and white. So what are you talking about?
Don't do that. I think you're insulting both parties when you say that. And I think you could look at both parties and see that it's demonstrably not true.
Correct. And we've evolved, okay, as far as that goes. Good afternoon, Naughty, and to my favorite talk show host, MJ. And yes, you still need your own show. Naughty says, when the pound water is not off, got home after a long afternoon at the tennis court with the kids program, and the cable was out, the power was off, and now I have issues with water. I had to listen to the game on YouTube. Wow.
Boy.
I feel your pain, Naughty. I hope they get it together for you over there in Eleuthera.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Naughty and MJ. Belinda is the best match for Sabas.
I think you're talking about... Anyway,
I would just like to say that after a long period of time, I have knocked out 60 texts.
Did you get them all in there? Congratulations. We need a round of applause. You need a round of applause.
My goodness. And I'd like to go on record and say Corporate and Legal, I know you're listening. Corporate and Legal, can you get a new charger for the studio? This one has seen better days. In fact, it just died just now. It's done. It's kaput. When Dwight get here in the morning, it's probably going to be an issue. So why don't you all, make sure Dwight's straight in the morning, and indirectly the rest of us are straight by facilitating us with a brand new charger cord right here for Samsung.
It's been noted.
Okay? Thank you, Corporate and Legal. I know you're listening.
Here's another text. Naughty and MJ, I understand your view about the COI. However, my desire is to see a mixed government consisting of all three parties with the FNM with the majority of seats.
All buck up, go. That might work. That texter just might work.
But then you're leaving out the DNA, right? They're newly reconstituted.
And don't forget, you got some independents out there. You need to throw them in there. And then which particular, member of the COI you had in mind to actually win that seat?
We get it. The whole, large swing thing is a thing that happens. But, I mean, that's just the way it is right now.
Whee! We got to take a break, Mr. Producer. Oh, that's the final one.
He's saying stretch.
Okay. We can stretch it then.
Stretch it.
I've been doing this, trying to do this for like the last 10 minutes. just talk for 2 seconds. I really got to burp. Like, seriously, and I don't want to burp on it. And that's why I was trying to give you the signal.
You gotta do this. You know that they can see you, right? You know, they can see you. Oh my. Anyway, thank you guys so much. We love having all the texts. I think I got all of them in. Let me see. Oh, another one here. This text says the F&M is the better choice. Goodbye, PLPs.
And for those of you interested in the burp scale who actually follow that at home,
nobody's following that.
That was a robust 8 out of 10 on the burp scale.
Nobody's too much information.
Mr. Producer said he actually heard the reburp outside the studio when I just burped.
Way too much information.
And you know, when your wife cooks great food for you, you still have the after burp taste. On the 8 out of 10, I had the after burp taste, which is good too.
Now you're making it weird.
Listen, you told me to start playing the game with our sons, the fart game. You said that was abolished in the house. We couldn't play that no more. So we turned it into the burp game.
Okay, good stuff.
And that was an 8 out of 10.
So I think the lesson for today is that our hospital is grossly understaffed when it comes to nurses. And that probably exists in the field of doctors and other areas of the hospital as well. So the next thing that I want to hear from Dr. Darville, our Minister of Health, is what are we doing to fix this situation? I don't want to hear anything else about the nurse, unless you guys are saying that, she's back to work and blah, blah, blah. But other than that, what are you going to do to fix the situation? I think it's pretty safe to say we all believe most of what she had to say, right?
Yeah, but we want solutions, MJ. I mean, not only do we want to hear from people, it's solutions. I don't care what political party you're from. I want to hear solutions. I want you to listen to me, understand what I'm feeling in my constituency, and then understand, okay, this is the answers and solutions what they need, especially if you're someone who doesn't live in the constituency. And I feel moving forward, we need to change the political landscape where constituents pick their members of parliament, where they pick their candidate.
Can I also say this?
Because a lot of times we're forced with a candidate and we don't even know who you is.
And then they come around and then they do this thing where they say, oh, no, you tell me what you want, right? Like stalling for time without giving you actual ideas. Yes, it is perfectly sane to listen to your constituents. You're the one putting yourself forward. What exactly plans do you have for the community? Don't just come around talking about, oh, well, whatever you all say. Yes, you will listen to your constituents. But if you come in there like a blank slate, don't have no idea about opinion about nothing, can't talk about nothing, can't tell us why you even running, except, oh, I will be your voice. We need some vision now. We need to move the country in the right direction. We've lost a lot of time over these decades, playing around with people who really ain't serious, some of them, with their jobs and some of the responsibilities that they've been given. So now we need forward thinkers who are actually going to make a difference.
Naughty and MJ, good afternoon. Ask Pickstock to show the receipt where he paid for the paving of Golden Isles.
No, I think that was, I don't know if something else different, but if that was taxpayer money that paid for that paving, if that was Ministry of Works, then yeah, don't take credit for that. And by the way, can I say this? I find it to be a little bit insulting for some candidates to think you could just pave a road and that's supposed to be, it's all good. Like, are you kidding me?
Golden Isles, all I'm going to say to you all is go ask West End and Bimini how they feel right now after their by-election.
I'm not just limited into that, though. I'm talking about in general.
Correct.
Roads should be paved regularly.
During a 4-year period of time.
Shouldn't have to ask for it.
Correct.
And then you come around and you say, oh my God, look, they neglected you.
And it shouldn't be part of the election trinkets that you like to throw out before election. Like, that should be done a long time.
It's
long time.
It's like the small, like, we need big systemic changes in this country. We need better electricity bills. The cost of energy in this country is absolutely outrageous. As a matter of fact, it's one of the things holding us back, because a lot of people say we have unreliable utility supply when it comes to electricity. So that is holding the country back. That is a real concern. Okay? We have people that cannot afford housing. Bahamians are being priced out of affordable housing. And then you have some Bahamians who have invested their second properties in Airbnb. You know why? Because they want to make money. You know why? Because everything around this place is very expensive. It's very hard to live in this Bahamas that we have put together after all of these years. It's rough.
Yeah, you had to remind me. We got to put gas in the car when we leave here. 528 at Rubis, 548 at Esso, 528 at Shell. We'll be going.
It's expensive. The food food is so expensive in this country.
When last you checked the price of value meals? I remember when we were smart. Heck, I remember when we first started dating, when we got engaged prior to the boys, and even when they first came, value meals were in the $5 to $7 range, maybe $5 to $8. Now, $14, $12, $11.
Hey, I'm not trying to knock the fast food restaurants, but I might as well tell you the prices of fast food. You might as well get
go to the store.
Slow food, okay? That ain't making no sense.
And I understand.
Right now.
I understand that the cost of living in the country affects them just as it affects us, and with the bottom line. But at the end of the day, those were quick supplements, replacements for dinner as a family. Okay, I got a family of 4. Let me go get 4 combos. Let me everybody happy. When you peel out of there, $60. What?
Yeah, no, that's...
You're going into the bare money now. Hold on. Now, as we've done to every party, F&M, PRP, COI, independents, we will extend an invitation to any candidate that wants to get on Talking Heads, represent that constituency, represent that party. Now, if the parties do not take those invitations, you can't blame me or MJ. But I see that Mr. Serpent Roll, all right, Serpent Roll, the candidate for Tall Pines from the F&M, has accepted, and he's going to be our guest tomorrow.
Okay, good stuff.
On the 12th.
Cool stuff.
And then Nave,
good stuff.
Be sure to join us for that.
Awesome. So we got a conversation with him tomorrow. Good stuff. So you guys definitely want to check that out.
Okay. And we'll get to the break. And on the flip side of the break, there won't be no sports. It'll be 6 o'clock, and it'll be another show coming on. When
you got to do sports, you missed it. You missed the cue.
It was a great conversation, man. So what can you do? We got to keep it rolling. And obviously, time to
don't blame him. Don't blame me.
From time to time on Talking Heads, we will go over and sometimes sports will have to wait, but we'll double it up tomorrow. We'll make sure I get double action of sports in for you tomorrow. But like I say, for MJ, for Pearlie, for Mr. Producer, this is your boy Naughty. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Talking Heads.
I want them to live vibes, they're not totally mess. Be up to them right, all in them concept. Be up propaganda, them spreading at the press. Imagine with them promote a be a homo sex, bio-sex, oral sex. Then they sex spiritual. Man, I don't transvest, I want wear woman dress. Man, I'll pray up and them not stop grow breast. Man, I don't transsexual and not change.
Feeding the crew? Fueling the cravings? There's something for everyone with the new KFC Fill-Up Box. Serving 6 juicy pieces of chicken, 4 buttery biscuits, crispy fries to share, and 12 premium original recipe KFC nuggets. All packed into one crave-worthy box. Not a crumb's gonna survive when the KFC box hits the table. So dig in and do whatever the crunch you want with the KFC Fill-Up Box. Only at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
You try to rest, but roll with the best. For all your printing needs, there ain't no one better, no. For posters and banners, magazines and flyers. For window decals, greeting cards and newsletters. No job too big and there's no job too small. You name it, we can print it, just give us a call. Let Print Masters bring your masterpiece to life.
Located in the Nassau Guardian Building, telephone 302-2361.
Are you searching for something new? Something exciting? Your dream job in paradise? Well, look no further. Royal Beach Club Paradise Island is hiring. Join a dynamic group of quality professionals, craft unforgettable moments, and thrive in a vibrant, welcoming atmosphere. Play your part in shaping the future of our team while growing your own career every day. Bring your energy, your passion, and your creativity to a workplace that's as dynamic and fun as you are. At Royal Beach Club Paradise Island, the opportunities don't just exist. They're limitless. So are you ready to find your perfect fit? Visit Royal Beach Club at paradiseisland.com/career today and step into a world of exciting possibilities.